Okay, how you doing? So, what I thought I would do here is just kind of go over some of the things I could get, some of the things I keep in my kitchen, um, which is kind of the whole trail. Oh, there that is. Okay. Okay. So, let's see. I'm going to start with one of the big weapons that I'm using right now to be vegan. Is these things. There's these diced tomatoes you can get, stewed tomatoes. This one's with green peppers and celery and onions. Look, this one's garlic and olive oil. Do we have any other recipes over here? Garlic and olive oil. What's this one? Oh, that one's for a different recipe that uses tomato sauce. But I'll show you. In the next video I'll do one and I'll show you what I do with that, okay? But those are just a huge secret weapon. Canned beans and also garbanzos. I used to live in Spain, so I love garbanzos. If you've been to Spain, you would know that. Red beans and rice is my favorite thing, but I wouldn't use canned. I would not use canned red beans to make red beans and rice. I might do a video with red beans and rice too. I guess that's predictable. Of course I will at one point. I love red beans and rice. See, more red beans. Frijoles. Well, that's because coronavirus just happened, so I was like, I stocked up on some things. I just barely switched to vegan. Okay, so I've been semi-vegetarian, lacto-ovo-vegetarian, just kind of, I've been a strange combination. I just raised a baby boy. He's 20 years old, just moved out. This was like one of our big things. We thought that was cool, but so there you will find things in here that aren't vegan, but that's okay. Like right now I'm being vegan, but I don't know, do the details matter? Just try to absorb the message here, alright? Gosh damn. Okay, this stuff kicks ass. This, if you're not aware of this, Kodiak, they sell a bunch of different things. See, I've got another box there. So look at this, watch this. A pancake has 14 gosh dang grams of protein, and yet only 30 grams. Not 100% why that won't focus in. 30 grams of carbohydrates. That's incredible. So like, and the thing is you know, it's just a pancake because you put syrup on it, you know. But you can make that and just, you know, just eat it by itself. Put some peanut butter on it or something. I think it tastes good just eating it by itself. You just add water. You can't add oil to it. It says you can add oil or oil and eggs to it, but you can add just water. So just add, you know, just put it in a cup, stir in some water, put a little olive oil on the grill, and fry yourself up a pancake, and there, your meal has enough protein. So that's pretty freaking cool. As far as rice, so like brown rice is healthier. If you understand carbohydrates, brown rice is healthier, but it's just I can't get it to digest right in my stomach. It's like, and it takes so dang long to make and everything. So I use this instant brown rice, which I think is delicious. I think it's better. It's my favorite. It is definitely the way to go. Then I've got my whole wheat. What is that? Linguine or pasta? That's I mean spaghetti. Got some whole wheat elbow macaronis to make like hamburger helper looking stuff. I'll do a thing where the different breads that I make. See, I've got the whole wheat flour. Sometimes you do mix in a little all-purpose flour, baking powder and baking soda. You know, because coronavirus and this whole apocalypse mumbo jumbo, you gotta. These things can be powerful things to have, you know, because then you can make your own bread. You need to get a carbo from somewhere. So, you know, powdered peanut butter. We've got some hemp there, so I can make a shake. We'll see in the fridge. I keep frozen vegetables, apple cider vinegar to put on my feet because I get anemia. I'm diabetic, so you're gonna notice all these sugar-free things. I try to avoid that because obviously fake sugar is bad for your health and everything, but Green tea's one of my main staples. I make green tea 2 or 3 times a day, and I go organic. Like, I try to make everything as organic as possible. If I can't find anything organic, I forget about it. For a while, I was doing stevia, but the problem with stevia is it just like it's always cut with other things, maltodextrin and this, and it isn't even mostly stevia. It's hard to find pure stevia. You have to make it yourself, grow the plant and make it yourself. But my body just doesn't react real good. What my thing is just honey. I use 1 of these bears a week, and then what I do is I get this container, I take the lid off, and I just let this sit like that on it, and it drains out all the rest of it that's stuck on the bottom. So that way, because like 1 bear is barely enough honey for me for 1 week, 1 person, 1 week, and I get paid every week, you know. So like for that little bit, like if I use it an extra lot that week or something, I have this as a cushion so that I always have enough. Plus that way I'm always using all of it. I don't use a coffee maker. Have you ever seen these things? Look at that. You just buy 1 of these, and you buy these coffee filter cones. You throw that in there and throw a couple scoops of coffee. I have a cup of coffee in the morning. If you have 1 to 2 cups of coffee a day, you're 50% less likely to get cancer. So in the morning, I have the same breakfast every morning. I get a cup. I'll do a video on my breakfast, but it's basically coffee, walnuts, and an orange or grapefruit. But the thing is I said walnuts. See, I mean oatmeal, coffee, and then grapefruit or orange. You know, because like all day I'm eating bread. Like, seems like a lot of my carbs, if it's not fruit, it's out of whole wheat, you know. So this is like it makes it so there's more diversity in when the carbos I use, and then walnuts are so good for you. I put walnuts in because in the morning you need carbos, you need fat, and you need protein. See, so I put a scoop of this. So thing is like butter is not vegan, you know. So I use coconut oil. So instead of butter, that's basically my butter. You would think that it would make things coconut flavored. It does not make things coconut flavored. Basically, it does the same thing as butter. Okay, let's see how it gets organic and all outstanding like that. But I'll put oatmeal. It's a little bit of coconut oil, some walnuts, a couple dashes of sugar, some honey, and then let it sit for a minute or 2, and then I add a little bit of almond milk to it, and then just my straight coffee. I don't add sugar or anything to that, and then I'll just get a grapefruit or an orange. So that's good. That's like plenty of carbs, plenty of protein. It doesn't take long. It's cheap, you know. And in the morning, you just don't want to hassle with things. I'll do a video on my vitamins. Like, there's also a million spices back there. See all the spices back here? Spices are kind of a trick, because when you're vegan, you gotta, like, there aren't things for sale. There aren't things for sale for you to, like, you gotta make everything yourself, you know. So that's pretty cool. Beer, you know, potatoes and pots for cooking. I know that's not funny. I'm kind of not funny. So like the thing, I have been eating ice cream. See, like I told you, I just switched over vegan. I haven't found a good snack. See, like the thing is, like, you need fat with your sugar to be what do you call it, diabetic. So it's gonna take time for me to find that. So I like to keep. I'm a big fan of these fake meats. You know, these are vegan fish. You know, vegan ground round. You know, garden burgers. See, I keep lots of whole wheat. The thing about whole wheat is, if it says whole wheat, that means it just has some whole wheat in it and the rest is white wheat. Only if it says 100% whole wheat is it really wheat bread, you know? I was eating salmon once a week. I'm just switching over to a different diet. See, I keep frozen blueberries in case I want to make a smoothie. Okay, so then this is a big thing. So like, see, vegan protein broth. When I come home from work, for like at lunch at work, I make peanut butter sandwiches. See, this stuff. So like the thing with peanut butter is see, organic atoms. So like these natural peanut butters, a lot of them use palm oil. Palm oil is what the orangutans need. To make palm oil, we cut down the trees that the orangutans need, and they're extinct. So it's really selfish. But the atoms, it's the one that says natural has palm oil in it, so be careful. But just the regular atoms doesn't have palm oil in it, and yet it's just peanuts, ground up peanuts. It's a beauty, absolute beauty. Almond butter. Pardon me. You know, so basically I'll make a peanut butter and honey sandwich. I'll make 2 of them, one for one break at work, one for lunch, and then bring an apple. That's what I eat at work. And then right when I come home, I get this, and I just make, just depending on what leftovers I have, I make a soup. Because this has, see, 9 grams of protein for 1 cup. You know, and that's enough to, a meal should have between like 9 and 15 up to 20 grams, they say, but it doesn't need to have 20 grams. More like just like a little more or a little less than 10 grams of protein. Like I said, I love these fake meats, you know, vegetarian, crazy things. I just switched to vegetarian cheese. Vegan cheese is absolutely amazing. It melts. You know, and I've got that's sliced vegan cheese in there. Oh, sweet, sweet. It's good, really good. Got a little bit of wine. Like, anyway, so these things. So like when you go to the store, you buy. It's like when you do your research, it'll always say you just eat lots of greens. You know, like spinach. So you buy these things like that. But if you open up that bag, it goes bad really quick. And if you buy these things, you buy them once, and then you buy them once, and then you save the container, and then you just refill it with one of these each time. And it saves you a bunch of money. So I live on organic apples and oranges and grapefruit, if I can find the grapefruit. These are not organic. The apples are. I just do the best I can. You can't always find organic things. You know, like look at these. Sometimes organic does not always mean small. Look at those buttes. Organic, but they're giant. See, like usually this is like filled with vegetables, so much overflowing they don't even all fit. Filled with fruits, you know. And then the vegan eggs is really good, you know. And different sauces. You know, you get these sauces. You have to be careful. Some of these have lots of sugar in them, you know, like the Asian flavored ones. That one does have some sugar. It's hard to get perfect with things like that, but they're really powerful weapons. Really powerful. This kind of soy sauce is so much just like kicks butt. Has aminos in it. Prunes. One thing that you learn when you're vegetarian is strawberries, berries, and prunes. They have a lower glycemic index, you know, compared to like mangoes and bananas and things like that, which they really have a lot of sugar. I keep grape nuts. So if you go to the cereal section of the supermarket, you'll see like 1,565 million different kinds of cereal. And out of those, only 2 of them don't have sugar. Grape nuts and shredded wheat. So you really only have 2 choices out of 6,521. It's kind of weird, this world we live in, but grape nuts, it's a beaut. You know, you get your grape nuts, you get your... The reason I get almond milk instead of soy milk is, again, it's good to get diversity. You don't want everything coming from the same place. You know, I get enough soy, you know, from my tofu and things like that. Ooh, yeah, beets Beets are really good for you. These are beets. That means I'm smart because I know that you're supposed to eat beets. That's a sign of intelligence. But so yeah, so those are some cool ideas.